Windows 11. It's not even out yet. And already we have people with opinions, whether it's going to be good, bad, and different. Why there are some people online that even say Windows 11 is going to fit into Windows ME, which was a disaster, and Windows Vista, which was another disaster. There are already people that are saying that Windows 11 is going to fall into that category. Listen, first, let's not panic. Second of all, it's early. Only developers like myself have Windows 11 to even play with at this point. And I'm going to share with you in this video some things to know about Windows 11, what may be, what may not be. But the main thing is don't panic. Hi, I'm John from 4kcc.com. We publish computing related videos all the time. I hope you're subscribed so you won't miss any. Again, in this video, we're going to look at some facts about Windows 11 and some things we think are going to happen, but the main gist is don't panic. Let's get started.
Before I get into some of the changes in Windows 11, I want you to understand that I'm using the developer's version, build 22000.100, which was just released on July 22nd. With that in mind, some of the things that you see in this video may differ from what actually comes out in the final production. Remember, the developer mode comes before the beta, so there's lots of possibilities for changes. But I will try to tell you some of the changes you can count on, meaning they're going to stay, and some that we're not quite sure. You might remember in Windows 10 and prior versions, you could take the taskbar, which by default was at the bottom. You could take that and you could move it to the right side, you could move it to the top, you could move it to the left side, or you could keep it at the bottom. In Windows 11, the taskbar is at the bottom and can only be at the bottom. You can't put it on the sides or the top. In all honesty, I have only a small percentage of customers who use the taskbar anywhere but at the bottom. So for most of my customers, at least, it's not going to be a big deal. By default, the Start menu and icons are centered on the taskbar, as you see on the screen. However, you can move them so that they'll be on the left-hand side. The Start menu has been on the left-hand side since Windows 95, but the change is because so many people now are using touch devices. It's a little easier to navigate the menu if it's in the center rather than over in the corner. Speaking of the Start menu, you recall in Windows 10, when you clicked on it, you'd see a list of applications on the left side, while on the right-hand side, you'd see icons called tiles. There are a couple things about the tiles that you see are different in Windows 11. First of all, in Windows 10, you could have what's called a live tile. For instance, if we take a look at the weather tile, we'd see it change as the weather changed, live, without me having to go to the weather app or to a weather web page. There are no more live tiles in Windows 11, at least for now. Another change as far as the Start menu tiles go, you used to be able to resize them. For instance, the photo app here on my screen, I can right-click on it and I would have the option to resize, smaller, larger, whatever. With the Start menu in Windows 11, there is no option to right-click and resize the app icons. The icons which do appear on the Start menu are pinned, and while you can change those, you cannot resize them. In Windows 10, the taskbar had an icon that looked like two people. It was the shortcut for the People app, and if you clicked on that, you could get a list of your contacts, etc. My list is blank because I never use it. In fact, I actually turned it off. In Windows 11, the People icon does not appear, nor can it be put on the taskbar. Another point about the taskbar, which is a pretty radical change between 10 and 11, at least so far, is the right click. In Windows 10, if you right-clicked on the taskbar, you got this big menu. It had things like toolbars, the task manager, and much more. In Windows 11, when you right-click, all you get is taskbar settings. I don't know if that will change before we get to the final version of 11. I suspect it might, but for right now, that's it. Sticking with the taskbar, in newer versions of Windows 10, you would have a place where the temperature appeared plus a little icon. If you clicked on it, a pop-up would appear and you would see, of course, the temperature, the weather, and different news items. That is no longer on the taskbar. In Windows 11, that function is really taken over by something called widgets. Widgets appear in the left-hand side of the screen. You can swipe left to right to get widgets, or you can use the Windows key and the letter W. As you can see, the widgets are pretty much the same as what was on the Windows 10 taskbar. The weather is there, there are different widgets for different activities, and you can even add widgets. For the moment, the widgets you can add are kind of limited, but I would expect that to expand as we get closer and closer to Windows 11 actually coming out for the general public. Again, we don't know that for sure, but my guess is there will be more widgets. Another item with the taskbar in Windows 10, we have this strange looking icon that was called the Task View. If you clicked on it, you could basically see all the tasks that you have done, today, yesterday, last week, or whatever. It was very easy to go back to one of those tasks. However, this icon does not appear on the Windows 11 taskbar or anywhere else for that matter. Still sticking with the taskbar, in the right-hand corner, to the right of the time, there was a little almost rectangular box, and that was the notification area in Windows 10. If you clicked on it, you would get a list of notifications and you would get a group of boxes, and those were things that you could do on your Windows 10 machine. The box area is where you could turn things on and off, like your network, your location, airplane mode, and more. If your computer was a laptop, you could also turn tablet mode on and off. Tablet mode is completely gone from Windows 11. Regarding the notification menu itself, it doesn't appear the same in Windows 11. Instead, to the left of the time and date, there are three icons that, if you put your mouse over any one of them without clicking, you'll see that it kind of puts a box around them. When you click or touch this area, you get a pop-up. Here on the pop-up, you have the option to lower and raise the brightness and lower and raise the volume. Additionally, you have some other icons like airplane mode. You also have one labeled Available, meaning networks. If you click on it, you can see a list of available networks. If the computer has a wireless network card, you'll see all of the wireless networks within the range of the computer, and you can click on one of those. If it requires a password and you know it, you can connect. Note that at the top of that list, you'll see a Wi-Fi on and off slider. Staying in the right-hand corner of the Windows 11 taskbar, click or tap Time and Date. When you do, you'll get a window that looks very much like the notification window from Windows 10, but it has a calendar at the bottom. At the top, you get notifications. If you want to see more, you can minimize the calendar by using the little down arrow. You'll then be able to read more notifications at one time.
That's it for this video today. Windows 11, I've given you some facts, I've given you some possibilities. The main thing I've tried to tell you is let's not panic. Let's not go crazy. Okay? Same thing always happens when a new version of Windows comes out or a new version of the Mac operating system. It happens. Let's just take our time. Keep coming back here. I'll do more updated videos about Windows 11 so you'll learn more and more about it. Thanks for watching today and take care.